Hello everyone, my name is Azatru, how are you, and welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you what I think is the best specialist class loadout, plus some tips on how to improve as a sniper in Battlefront 2. With the recent explosion of new players, I thought it would be a great idea to share some secrets into the sniping world of Battlefront 2 to help both new and old players. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I main the specialist class and like to be deadly with a sniper in any situation and game mode. I'm going to be telling you everything I've learned and how you can improve in Battlefront 2. If you find this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you. So this class loadout is an all-rounder in terms of playstyles, though campers, you will be warned. Yes, you can make use of distance and high ground, but playing the objectives is important. Don't just sit in one spot all game, move, engage, kill and repeat. This class setup will allow you to go at close range with a sniper when objectives need doing. You just must learn the main weapon and improve your aim to work at the short range. I'll start with the blaster of choice and its attachments, then abilities, then move on to star card combinations before some final tips. The blaster of choice in this class loadout will be the best sniper and, in my opinion, the best blaster in the game, the NT242. If you know me, you will have heard me say how much I love this weapon. It is probably my favourite Battlefront blaster of all time across all of the games. It is so powerful, satisfying, and has space to master it. Oh, and it is also the best looking, but the raw power is what makes this weapon stand out. The NT242 can kill any of the 4 trooper classes with a single headshot or 2 shots to the body. It doesn't have any damage fall off, meaning it deals the same damage on any body part at any range. So you could be 1 meter away and do the same amount of damage as shooting someone over 500 meters away. With great power comes great drawbacks, but they are nothing that you can't conquer. The heat build-up allows for only 3 shots, and it has extremely high recoil. Having said that, if you learn this weapon, you can overcome its difficulty as there is some room to master. I think the crosshair of this weapon is my favourite of any Battlefront weapon as well. That little dot is where you need to be looking, and as soon as an enemy is behind it, pull the trigger. Due to the good crosshair, using this weapon for no scopes up close is often possible. Therefore, I find this class to be extremely versatile. If you've not used the NT242 before, it will take some time to get used to. Practice makes perfect, and using it in arcades, instant action, or even co-op is a great way of learning this weapon without the pressure of competitive PvP. Playing as the specialist to unlock this weapon and unlock attachments may take time, as it is the last weapon to unlock for this class, but the payoff is 100% worth it, trust me. Remember, all guns are unlocked in arcades, so you can start using it there if you want to. You should make a point of getting the weapon attachments as soon as possible to enjoy the blaster more. Dual zoom is the first you unlock, and it is a must-have. The next unlock is improved cooling, and due to the huge heat build-up, this is a key component you must use. It gives you 1 more shot before overheating, and this can be the difference between winning and losing, or life and death. I'd not recommend using the disruptor shot attachment unless you have a huge vehicle problem and want to lose your dual zoom or the extra shot. It is just not worth it, and if you have a massive vehicle problem, you should use the heavy class with its ion weaponry to take out vehicles instead. The abilities you'll be using in this class are the shot grenade, infiltrator, and thermal binoculars. The shot grenade has been improved recently with new visual effects to show the large area of effect. The effect it has on enemies is that it slows them down and deals a bit of damage. This grenade is best used when trying to stop enemies rushing on your position or when you assault an objective. Another good use of this grenade is to stop enemies in their tracks in a corridor so they can't come through, or any other tight space that does not let them get around easily. The second ability is infiltration. You are taken off the enemy radar, enemies are marked on yours, and you'll be given the E4 blaster during the duration, plus run a lot faster. This ability is a bit of a last resort and only to be used at close range combat. It is not to be relied on, but it might just save you and kill an enemy or two. The last ability at your disposal are the thermal binoculars, which allows you to see enemies at range using heat signatures, and you can even see them through walls. If you have a direct line of sight to an enemy, you can spot them by using the trigger, and this reveals their location to you on your own HUD and your friendlies on your team. There is also extra zoom in these binoculars if needed for longer range. Next up, I'm going to be going through the star cards best for this loadout: Marksman, Resourceful, and Improved Thermal Binoculars. With the NT242 being a one-shot kill to the head of most enemies and the big heat build-up, having Marksman equipped is essential. If you get a headshot when this card is on, the heat build-up is completely reset, giving you extra shots. Plus the heat build-up will be less until you next overheat. At epic rarity, it is 40%. This can allow you to miss some shots and still have the opportunity to kill a few enemies. Resourceful is another key star card, as it reduces your recharge times for all of your abilities from 10% up to 28% at the highest rarity. You'll be able to mark enemies a lot more with your thermal binoculars, and Infiltration, when distance is not in your favour, will allow it to be ready at your disposal much quicker. The last star card is Improved Thermal Binoculars. It bumps up the time enemies are spotted to up to 9 seconds on the base level and then 12 seconds on the epic level. You'll find this card useful when you're in a situation where you need time to let your health regenerate before peeking and taking a shot. The enemy pinning you down will still be highlighted thanks to this star card, ready to be picked off. In summary, it makes your most used ability even better. So the final part of this video is just going to be some tips on how to use various things in this class. If you are struggling to get kills with the snipers, use Arcade and Instant Action to keep learning how the weapons behave. Also, don't be afraid to sit back and get long range kills in multiplayer for those attachments. Getting up close with the NT242 is at the latter part of the learning curve. If you are starting to get confident, set up an arcade game and just try no-scoping at close range over and over. You will grow in confidence and be able to take this newfound skill into multiplayer. Console players, you may find using the NT242 is a little harder than PC due to the worse accuracy a controller can give you over a mouse, but you do have aim assist and it is still deadly, so practicing with it will only reward you later. Sometimes enemies may not move when they have been shot by you with the NT242. Despite its high recoil, if you don't move your mouse or thumbstick, the weapon will reset down to its position as you fired it. This means that an enemy could be lined up for a kill as soon as you're ready to pull the trigger a second time. This is not as effective as dragging your mouse down to offset the recoil due to the time it takes to come back down to the reset position, but it might still grant you a kill if they don't move. The AI in Capital Supremacy are a one-shot kill no matter what, meaning if you spot a group, you can take so many of them out to gain plenty of battle points and suppress the bots from going to command posts. I find this extremely possible on all the Clone Wars era maps, especially Geonosis and Kashyyyk. They usually spawn in groups, one by one, and you can pick them off pretty quickly and they will keep respawning back. The Infiltrator ability is something I use to quickly move from one sniping spot to another due to its increased sprint speed, but make sure you use it wisely. It can get you to sniping spots right at the start of the game to clean up freshly spawned AI or players that have literally just spawned into the game for the first time, and it can also get you out of unwinnable gunfights. And finally, the thermal binoculars can be used at any time. Only the marking mechanic has a cooldown in terms of an ability, so you can use these binoculars to look at enemies at any time, and checking them to keep tabs on enemy positions is crucial. Even if you can't tag them, you can still see what side of cover they are moving to pop out of, meaning you can land a headshot as soon as they peek. That is all in this guide for the best specialist class. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something new from this video, and I will make more guides like this if you want, so hit that like button to tell me you do. Please subscribe and turn notifications on so you don't miss any other Battlefront 2 videos, and let me know your thoughts on anything I've done in this video down in the comments section below. Be sure to check out any of the 2 previous videos on screen if you did miss them, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.